It's September and Apple has finally came out with another iPhone. With the iPhone 6 coming out last year, the iPhone 6s, and just like all the S iPhones, is a more polished and perfect version of the original iPhone from last year.
Now, the one thing Apple hasn't changed is the design of the new iPhone 6s.
Now, the build of the iPhone has changed slightly, but if you aren't looking too hard, you might mistake the iPhone 6 with the 6s, which makes the design almost identical of the previous iPhone. On the back, the FCC markings are gone, and there's an S badge so you can tell the difference between a 6 and a 6S. Also, the iPhone 6S is thicker, a little bit wider, and taller than the iPhone 6, so all the cases and skins from your iPhone 6 won't fit, sadly. Now, Apple is still using stronger aluminum, which makes up for last year's hashtag Bendgate, meaning it won't bend so easily. Other than that, the iPhone 6S has no other changes on the body. The buttons are still in the same place, and the camera is still in the same spot on the back. The next thing that's big on the iPhone 6s is how fast Touch ID is. The Touch ID is so fast or sensitive, right when you wake the screen, it automatically unlocks if you are using the unlock finger, that is. This shouldn't be too big of a problem, but it might get annoying. Now, though the iPhone 6s design looks almost the same on the outside, what's inside has changed a lot, and that is the specs. All I have to say about this phone is extremely fast, and that's what I think the S stands for, besides the same thing. Just kidding about that. But take a look at the spec sheet real quick. The iPhone 6s carries an A9 chip processor, which keeps the phone at high speeds and no lag. The iPhone 6s comes in three models: 16GB, which I don't really know why Apple keeps, a 64 and 128GB model. Now, though the phone speed is blazing fast, there is one spec that was just a letdown, and that is the battery. This year's iPhone has just a slightly, not that big, but slightly smaller battery than last year's iPhone. It hosts 1715 milliamp hours of battery, while the 6 Plus hosts 2750 milliamp hours of battery, and though it's small, it will still give you a little bit of power after a full day of light use. Now, of course the camera had to get a major upgrade, and that's what Apple finally did. For the rear camera, it's packing 12 megapixels with 4K video recording, and for the front it has 5 megapixels with 720p video recording. All of this is a big step up, and especially with iPhone's clean camera interface, encouraging you to take pictures. Anyways, here are some of the photos and videos I took using the iPhone 6s, and to be honest, even in low lighting, the photos look really good. The iPhone 6s of course comes out with iOS 9, which if you have the previous iPhones, you're probably already running it. There's a new update of Siri, a new font, and some new animations, and that's pretty much it. With all these upgrades and tweaks, one of the main reasons for the 6s is the display and 3D touch. Well, first off, the iPhone screens are the same as last year's, with the iPhone 6s being 4.7 and the 6s Plus being 5.5 inches. Second off, Apple has a pressure sensitive screen now called 3D touch. Basically, 3D touch relies on how hard you touch the screen for different options. This applies for different features, peek and pop, for an example, which I sadly did not record, but basically you can preview a picture for an example and press harder to see it in full screen. This is a cool feature, but like I said in my Apple roundoff, I don't really see much people using this feature. Anyways, the iPhone 6s is a good phone, and if you have an iPhone 5 or a 5s and you plan on getting a new iPhone, skip over the 6 and get this, because like I usually say, the S version is usually the version that the original should have been.
Now, all we have to do is simply wait for the iPhone 7 to come, and then boom, if Apple actually calls it the iPhone 7. Anyways, guys, I'm Andrew Chris, and make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment if you guys have anything cool to say or if you have any questions. Anyways, guys, I'm Andrew Chris, and salute. Salute. Salute.